If your uniform looks like authority but your skin looks like suspicion, you're a target. She had just finished a long flight, passengers safe and sound. But the moment she stepped out of the airport parking lot, flashing blue lights cut her freedom short. 2 officers rushed at her shouting, "Hands where we can see them!" Confused, still in her pilot's uniform, she froze. The only crime? Being a black woman in the wrong place at the wrong time. What those officers didn't know was that their arrest would soon ground their own careers. Permanently. In moments, Captain Naomi Carter's world turned upside down. Her authority and professionalism dismissed. Disbelief and fear replaced her sense of accomplishment. The crowd's whispers grew, suspicion thick in the air. In an instant, her routine day became a nightmare, and the world was watching. Captain Carter tried to stay calm, presenting her ID and pilot's license. "You can call the airline, my crew is right here," she insisted. The officers barely glanced at her documents. Without warning, they handcuffed her in front of stunned passengers and crew. Gasps rippled through the terminal as a trusted pilot was treated like a criminal. Her crew protested but were pushed back. "She's our captain! She's been with us the whole time!" a flight attendant shouted. Naomi walked through the terminal, head held high, but inside she was devastated. Every stare and whisper was a fresh humiliation. Years of breaking barriers were reduced to a stereotype in minutes. Her uniform, once a badge of honor, now felt like a target. Videos of Naomi's arrest spread rapidly online. The footage showed a calm pilot being ignored and handcuffed, her crew's pleas falling on deaf ears. Outrage exploded on social media under #Justice for Captain Carter. News outlets picked up the story, making it national headlines. Her airline issued a strong statement of support, confirming her innocence. Pilots and civil rights groups rallied behind her, demanding accountability. The public flooded the airport and police with calls for justice. The story resonated deeply, exposing the reality of racial profiling. Protests formed outside the precinct, signs reading, "Prejudice has no place here." Naomi's ordeal became a rallying cry for change. The world watched, demanding answers, the pressure on authorities mounted by the hour. Naomi's story was no longer just hers, it belonged to everyone fighting injustice. Under public scrutiny, the case against Naomi unraveled. Flight logs and crew testimony proved she was in the cockpit during the alleged theft. The suspect description was vague, simply, a black woman. An internal investigation revealed the officers ignored clear evidence and acted on bias. Body camera footage confirmed they dismissed her credentials without review. The officers were found guilty of gross misconduct and civil rights violations. The police chief publicly apologized to Naomi and the community. Both officers were fired and faced criminal charges. The swift action sent a clear message. Racial profiling would not be tolerated. The airline praised the outcome and stood by Naomi. For many, it was a rare moment of accountability. The public's voice had made a difference. Captain Carter emerged from the precinct to cheers and applause. Surrounded by family, crew, and supporters, she smiled, a symbol of resilience. "Today, justice won," she told the press, thanking those who stood by her. She spoke with dignity, not bitterness, inspiring many. Naomi's story led to new policies against bias in airports and police departments. The officers were convicted, setting a precedent. Naomi returned to the cockpit, greeted by a standing ovation from her crew and passengers. Her victory was shared by all who believe in justice over prejudice. In the end, her courage helped ground bias and let justice soar. Captain Carter's legacy became a beacon of hope for change.